Congratulations, you are an active student. You work hard in class, and you put your heart and soul into every practice and every game. You give it your all of the time. Now it's time to make sure you are safe. It's time for a student heart check. This is a free screening to check for heart conditions, including hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, which can be life-threatening.
With hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, your heart becomes abnormally thickened. With that thickening, you can get blockage of the blood flow as it's leaving the heart, but you can also be at risk for electrical heart rhythm problems where your heart may race abnormally. When you're playing sports or exercising, that's when your heart is under the most stress, where you might be at the most risk, but it can happen while you're just sitting on the couch watching TV or doing your homework.
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is not preventable, but it is treatable. The key is to get an EKG and an echocardiogram exam. These tests are not part of standard sports physicals. They are, however, part of a student heart check screening. Darius came to a student heart check event. It changed his life.
Yeah, I did think I was invincible actually, because I played every sport that I could possibly.
Up until this point, there was no symptoms, there was no major health problems with our son or our other two girls. The doctors got my husband and talked to him and said that they suspected that there was something going on with our son because he had an abnormal EKG. And they did an echocardiogram and they noticed that it was some thickening to his left ventricle.
The cardiologist told me that I had to stop playing sports at the moment because it was a risk to me. I didn't understand it at all, even while she was explaining it, because I would have never thought I would have something like this.
It's the not knowing that would have been devastating to us, because it's the not knowing that could have led to him possibly not being with us. Because of them, he's still here.
That's why you need to sign up for a student heart check. Here's what to expect when you get there. There are several stations. The first station is going to be the check-in. At the check-in, you'll turn in the paperwork you should have completed at home. Together with your parents, answer the questions about your heart and spend a few minutes reviewing your family heart history. At the next station, you'll have your blood pressure taken. Then you'll head in for an ECG, also called an EKG.
The EKG looks at electrical heart rhythm problems, such as problems where your heart speeds up too fast or goes too slow. Stickers are put on your chest. Those stickers will be hooked up to a machine that measures the electrical activity of your heart.
After that, a doctor will read that EKG and interpret it. The doctor will then examine you by listening to your heart for extra sounds like a heart murmur. Then it's time for an echocardiogram.
It's a brief test where we put a dab of gel on your chest and look at different areas of the heart, looking at the heart moving and taking pictures of it. The echocardiogram is primarily looking for the heart muscle problem, but we might find other things that may be suspicious that will need further evaluation, like a valve problem.
The testing process is set up to run quickly, and even better, it's painless. No pokes, no needles, and remember, many people don't recognize or even have symptoms.
If you're having problems that you think might be heart-related, like feeling like your heart's racing or pounding abnormally, you're having more shortness of breath with activity, or chest pain or dizziness, you need to let somebody know and make sure that gets checked out.
In too many cases, the symptoms of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy don't show up until it's too late. 1 in 500 people have this condition. One exam could have saved a young man named Max. His parents want you to hear his story.
Max was, he was just the joy of our life. He was our firstborn son. He was 3 in line out of 4. He was tall and handsome, loved his friends and family.
Max was 6'5", strong as an ox, but he was gentle.
He never said, I'm short of breath, or my heart is beating, or it's an irregular heart rate. Nothing. Max was training for an Ironman that he was going to complete at the end of summer. And after he worked out, he actually called me and he said, Mom, my heart is racing. So we didn't know what Max died from. It wasn't until I recalled that conversation with Max that I realized, oh my gosh, he told me he had a racing heart.
I wish I could have Max found with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy and still alive.
Students, you excel in the classroom and on the court, track, stage, or field. You deserve a bright future. What are you waiting for? Sign up for your Student Heart Check today. Student Heart Check is made possible by our generous donors.